Hello, my lovelies. It is time for my August Wheel of TBR, so stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Wheel of TBR is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And the way this one works is I spin my wheel a base of 5 times, and I mark on the wheel when I land on a slice, and I also find a book that fits that prompt. If any slice at any point gets 5 marks on it, then I have to do a bonus spin. Right now we have a few danger zones. Let's see, random letter is one. Actually, that's the only danger zone. So before we get into August spins, let's go over how I did for July. So I had just 3 rollovers. I had For Your Own Good, Chain of Iron, and Mate. And I have not read any of those, so I will be rolling those over as well. For TBR Knockout, I was to read Only a Monster, and I did read that. For new author, I was to read The Summer We Ran by Audrey Ingram, and I did read that. For forward title, I was to read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I have not read that. And I think I'm going to take a punishment spin for that. Punishment spins mean I just spin it and I put a mark on there. I don't actually pick a book for it. But it could end up either giving me more danger zones, or it could give me a bonus spin, or adding to my base spins. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel for that. Okay, it landed on my pick. There are only 2 marks on that slice right now. I had to go find my dry erase marker. Okay, that goes right there. All right, now for random color, I got red, and for that I was to read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I have not read that, and I am going to take a punishment spin for that as well. Ooh, that landed on the same spot. So now my pick is a danger zone because it has 4 marks on it. Okay, for buddy read, I was to read Lore by Alexandra Bracken. That's actually the next book that I'm going to be reading. So I'm not going to take a punishment spin for that. I will hopefully finish it. As of right now, it is July 20th while I'm filming this. So hopefully I'll get that read before the end of this month. If not, it'll be rolled over, but it is my Coffee Patron buddy read of the month. So I need to get it done. So yeah, not taking a punishment spin for that one. And then lastly, I had a bonus spin, and for that I got Libby Wreck, and I selected The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and I did read that. Okay, so a couple of books that I need to read this month. We have my Coffee Patron book buddy of the month, Brittany. She has selected for my required read, How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates by Shaylee Thompson. And for the buddy read for the Coffee Patron group, she selected The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. So hopefully I can get those to fit somewhere in here as well. The theme for August for TBR Knockout is back to school. And the way TBR Knockout works is you can read one book for both prompts, or read one book for each prompt, or you can just choose one prompt, and that's fine too. So the first prompt is buddy read a book. The second one is read a nonfiction. And I'm just going to be doing the Book of Witching for the buddy read. And then I also plan on participating in the Buzzword and Buzz Cover Challenge by Books and Lala. And I haven't figured out what books for that, so hopefully I can find something that'll work. The buzzword is a title with groups or clubs in it. And the Buzz Cover is a book that the cover features damage. So let's get on to the first spin. Okay, for this, it is supernatural. So let me find a supernatural book. Okay, so I was having a little bit of a problem trying to find something. Wow, I don't know if y'all heard that, but there was some massive thunder outside all of a sudden. Anyway, I was trying to find something and I was struggling, so I went on Goodreads, or just went on Google and searched for like a Goodreads list. And Fallen by Lauren Kate came up, and I own this. And I know that the watch party that my coffee patrons and I are having later in the month in August is for a movie called Fallen. Don't know if it's based on the book or not, but I thought this would be a good option. This says, what if the person you are meant to be with could never be yours? There's something achingly familiar about Daniel Gregory. Mysterious and aloof, he captures Luke Price's attention from the moment she sees him. Oh, Lucy Price's attention from the moment she sees him on her first day at Sword and Cross boarding school in Savannah. He's the one bright spot in a place where cell phones are forbidden, the other students are screw ups, and security cameras watch every move. Except Daniel wants nothing to do with Lucy. He goes out of his way to make that very clear, but she can't let it go. Drawn to him like a moth to a flame, Lucy has to find out what Daniel is so desperate to keep secret, even if it kills her. Dangerously exciting and darkly romantic, Fallen is a page turning thriller and the ultimate love story. So it doesn't really say anything supernatural, though it does kind of give a supernatural vibe on the cover. And it was on the Goodreads list. So I'm selecting this for supernatural. Okay, we're going to spin this wheel here and see what we're going to replace supernatural with. One word title. Make sure I don't already have that on here. Doesn't look like I do. Okay, I also went ahead and put a mark on there, which makes one word title now a danger zone. Okay, spin number 2. My pick. That's double-edged sword because that is also, it's got 4 marks on it, which means I have a bonus spin. Okay, so I think for my pick, I'm going to go with something easy and go with The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook, since I'm going to have to read this anyway. This says, a mother must fight for her daughter's life in this fierce and haunting tale of witchcraft and revenge. Okay, let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to replace that with. Random number. Do I already have that on here? Yes, I've got random number, so let's spin again. Random number again. Weird. Spin again. Cozy. Okay, I don't think that's on here. Okay, I changed that and I erased all of those marks. Okay, spin number 3. Flowers. So I need a book with flowers on the cover. Okay, so for July I read The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and so I'm going to go with It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, which is the next book in the series. And if you look here, there's a flower on the cover. I think these are also flowers here. But this is what I'm going to select for that. And we will replace flowers with my pick. Okay. And that puts 3 marks on that slice. Okay, now on to spin number 4. Coffee. Okay, this really just doesn't come up enough. So with coffee, I don't replace that prompt, but I will be putting a mark on it. And I have to read something that one of my coffee patrons has selected. So let me go and see what's on that list. Okay, so for coffee, they can choose literally any book. It doesn't have to be anything I own or whatever. So Christina selected The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is not one that I own, though I have read some other Holly Jackson and really enjoyed it. So this says, oh, and it looks like this. Ooh, you know what? This, I think, works for the Buzz cover because there's like blood on the cover. So that could be like damage, I think. I think so. There's also like what looks like it's been taped together and stuff. Okay, so this is what I'm also going to pick for Buzzword or Buzz cover. This says, a new true crime fueled mystery thriller about a girl determined to cover the shocking truth about her missing mother while filming a documentary on an unsolved case. So, what is it? The reappearance of Rachel Price is what I'm going to select for this. And I don't need to spin the wheel to see what we're going to replace that with because I don't replace it. So I'm just going to put a mark there, which puts 3 on that spot. And now we're going to do spin number 5. Random letter. And it also has 4 marks on it, meaning another bonus spin. Okay, let me get a random letter generator here. With the random letter, I need to either pick a book that starts with that title or the author's first or last name starts with that letter, not title. All right, I have a wheel here. Let's spin and see what we get. D. All right, let's see what we can find. I actually have my books in order by author's last name, so I'm just going to go with that and pick a book with the author's last name that starts with the letter D. Okay, I found one that will also work for Buzzword. So that the Buzzword is like a group, or like it could be the name of a group or something like that. So I'm going with The Ivies by Alexa Dawn. And the Ivies is not referring to Ivy League colleges, it's referring to a group called the Ivies. This says, they'd kill to get in. Olivia always knew the Ivies were ruthless. Not Ivy League universities, the Ivies. 5 Claflin Academy girls who will stop at nothing to get into the college of their dreams. Olivia should know. She's one of them. So this is what I'm going to select for Buzzword as well as my letter D. Okay, let's see what we're going to replace random letter with. Smutty. I don't think that I had that on there already. Nope. Okay, I changed that out and I erased the marks. Now, on my bonus spins, I do still change the prompt, but I do not mark on them. So, now we are on to our first bonus spin. And that landed on my pick. Yay. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go with the required read that my book buddy of the month selected for me, and that is How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates by Shaylee Thompson. This says, a humorous, swoony, and downright terrifying slasher rom-com in which a cinephile gets caught in the middle of a murder spree at a speed dating event and must use her encyclopedic knowledge of the romance and horror genres to make it as a real life final girl. I think that one's going to be so much fun. Okay, we are going to replace my pick with Buddy Read. Is that already on there? It is not. Okay, on to my second and final bonus spin. Okay, at least I don't have to mark. I was thinking I was going to have to mark. But I got nonfiction. That is a danger zone, too. Whew. Okay, let me see what I can find. Okay, so I'm going to take it kind of easy on myself with this one because I know I've got a lot of traveling that I'm doing in August. So I need it to condense as much as possible. So for this one, I'm going with Mistakes That Worked, The World's Familiar Inventions and How They Came to Be by Charlotte Foltz Jones. And this is a very short, like under 100-page book. This says, mistake not at all. Did you know sandwiches were created when an earl was too busy gambling to eat with both hands? Or that potato chips were first cooked by an angry chef when a customer complained that he wanted thinner fried potatoes? Coca-Cola, silly putty, and x-rays were all mistakes too. These unusual stories and many more, along with hilarious cartoons and weird, amazing facts, are all revealed in Mistakes That Work, or that worked. So this is what I'm going to read for nonfiction. And we will replace nonfiction with historical. That is not already on there. Okay, this seems like a small stack, but there are a few that I don't own. So we have for Supernatural, Fallen. For my pick, The Book of Witching. For Flowers, It's Not Summer Without You. For Coffee, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. For Random Letter, we have The Ivies. For my pick, it's How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates, which is another one I don't have. And for nonfiction, Mistakes That Worked. And then I'll be doing the Ivies for the group for Buzzword, and the Reappearance of Rachel Price for Buzz Cover, and the Book of Witching for my TBR Knockout. So have you read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!